Oh, wow, this is so cool. A thing that I love about OBS is there's a chat feature right at the start. Yay. I wonder if it works for me to chat there. I probably won't see that again for the. Okay, this is all testing just to make sure that the microphone sounds good and that the video looks okay. Hey, look, it's Clank Tower, or a tower for the board game Clank. I don't know about the words there. But that's what I'm doing today. I'm working on that. Let me go see. Woo! Okay, it worked. Or at least it seems to work for now, and I probably won't check it again until I'm done. So here's the intro, the official intro time. Here's a board game that I really like. It's called Clank. It's a deck building adventure. Great game, 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. I'm not being sponsored to say any of these things. Not that it matters. But what I have got is this game inspired me to, well, motivated me, maybe a better way to put it, to make a 3D tower. So this here tower I've made in 3D, and you can see like the little guys on it. That's the little elf and the little dwarven captain and whatnot. But what all this means is I made it. I made a board on which Clank can be played. I think it's really fun. I've played it with the people that introduced me to Clank and a few people thereafter, and we've discovered, like, okay, there's a few issues with the game. And so today I want to start working on those issues. The first thing I want to do is look at the original Clank Tower building and determine what all I need to like take from this and move to the new one. When you're playing this game, when you're playing Clank on this board, the key difference, if you're familiar with Clank, is that instead of going below the depths, you go above the clouds, and so there's a little cloud here. That's going to stay the same, although the cloud might have to move up a level, because the first time I played with people, everyone died. Everyone was above the clouds when the dragon was really upset. So that's a thing. Anyway, what I've got is a little notepad here for things that I think need done. I need to make all of the assets as unique objects. So what I mean by that is in here, these crystals, to signify that you're in a crystal cave, I need to make sure that they're in a unique object. And I might already have that done, because like because I started doing that. So the first time that I went through and built this out, I just kind of modeled the first level as it was. And all of those pieces down here in this first level are exactly the way that they were when I first made them. Which isn't like terrible, but like, well, the big issue is that I wasn't able to quickly replicate. On these upper levels, you might be able to notice how this shopkeeper's area, the marketplace area, has got an outline around it. It's because it is its own thing. So I probably can just export that. And I'm going to do that with all of them, and then probably I'll decide the next thing is to decide the size of the new tower, the new board. When playing, I don't know if you can see this in here, the characters take up most of the space, and the minor secrets sit right on top of the barrels, and the artifacts don't really fit in the artifact holders that you have here. So the plan is to take all those things and make it so they actually work together and fit. Yay. I'll start with the first thing. So crystals. I'm going to see if I have crystals that I can export. I'm using Onshape, the free version. So if you want to find this current tower online, you can. And if you want to find the STL files online for free, you can also do that. So it looks like I do have crystals here. Crystals 1 and crystals 2. Are there a bunch of other crystals here? Oh, those might have been... Huh. So hide those. Hide those. Weird. So these ones... Oh, okay. They're a group. I wonder if I can export them in Onshape. Export. Okay, I can. I'm not really trying to get them all downloaded per se, but I think I would be okay with that, so that then I can create a folder that has all of the elements and then re-upload that back up to Onshape. I think it's easier right now for me to think about folders in the Windows operating system than the Onshape operating system. So calling this crystals is probably good. I'll export it as a step file. Yeah, go. So crystals, I'll probably export all of the crystals that I have made, because there's no reason for me to, well, okay, I don't see any reason to recreate them if I can just reposition them on the new board. So I'll export this as crystals as well. Export. Export. Wahoo. I didn't realize, yeah, I guess I wasn't planning that to be this part of it, but I think that's okay, and I can check that one off, which I'm going to use that as my check off. I'm going to see if there's more unique types of crystals, or if they're all like the same thing. It looks like, okay, so I don't know if this is super clear across the screen. It looks like this crystal right here is the same as one I've already gotten, and this one right here is also the same. Right here is also the same as one that I've already downloaded and gotten rid of. Same with those. I wonder if I can see the name, like crystals 2, crystals 2. Yeah, so I think the crystals are probably good as they are. When I rework the game, I will probably, well, when I redo the 3D model, I'm probably going to color them all in, because I think I can now. And when I was making this the first time, I don't think I was super well aware of how to do that. But yeah, I've got the first thing done. And now the monster faces, which hopefully is going to be the same thing. So in the game, when you are running around, in between rooms, there are paths that have monster faces or monster heads that could deal you damage if you don't have a sword. So what this is that, but, you know, for the 3D board version. And I'm going to take this monster face, which I think is the only one, and I'll hide and unhide it. And if I export that, that's probably all I need to do for that one. Sweet. Super cool. Now, the minor secret barrels. Okay, these are something I'm gonna have to redesign a bit, I think. So, and that will depend on the scale of the new board. Because, oh, not that one. Uh-oh. Let me just... Because the guys don't really fit within the thing, except for on the bottom layer, they fit pretty well. But even still, it's like, how do you see them? So that's a consideration I'm having to take into mind when redesigning it. Because, like, there's enough space right here for Garagnar, the giant orc guy who's like, actually, I'm here to plunder and thieve. But on these upper levels, not so much. Especially with a minor secret barrel. But what I can do is probably just scale it up enough later. So I'll export it for now and then scale it up later. Woot. I'm gonna call that good, and then I'll probably. So this is actually not make, but get all the necessary, and then I will need to resize all of these later, all of these items later, so that then when I'm gonna put the board game, when I'm gonna play the game on top of this board, then that should work. Okay, and then the major secret chests. So here's one. If I just export that, yeah, I think you all get, you guys all understand what this is, what's going on with it. Sorry, I'm drinking coffee. No, I'm not apologizing. I'm drinking coffee while I do this because I drink coffee a lot. And I'm not apologizing because if I were to apologize, that would indicate that I would be doing something wrong or something that I would change, I think. But because I'm not going to change drinking coffee, I'm not going to apologize for it. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. The shops. Okay. These are my favorite. Look at these things. The market stands. Oh, I can't show it and hide everything else. That's fine. I don't actually need to, I guess. But, yep, same thing as before. Export. Because I'll probably keep that look or that idea because it printed out pretty well. Not perfectly, but well enough that, like, you can play next to it and be like, oh, I get what's going on here. Boom. Okay, artifact holders. Okay, these ones are going to require a lot of change. Here's one. So right here is an artifact holder. But it doesn't work. Like, it's just not, I guess it's just not big enough, which is probably the problem with the whole of the game, of the board, because it's not a unique game. Like, you need the Clank board game, this thing, in order to be able to play on this tower. But this tower just wasn't large enough. Another thing that I'm going to change is the height, the depth, the thickness of the walls and the floors. They're too thick for the size of the structure, because it took like a full kilogram to be able to print out the whole thing, which is a lot for a fun addition to a game. Okay, wait, what did I just do? I just got the artifact holders, but really these ones are bad, so I'm gonna put that there. Okay, the ladders. Yep. So in this game you can use ladders to go around places. That's just how it works, or on this board of the game. So that's pretty neat. Yeah, got that exported. And then, is there anything else that I need to do that I forgot? Let's see. I got the artifact holders. The monkey idol room is this room right here. it managed to print out pretty well. So it was pretty frightening because I didn't use any structural supports and I just kind of printed it. And you might be able to tell that like this little beam right here, which is right here, it printed out pretty well for being just totally freestanding. But there is a lot of stringiness. That's a true thing. That's just a fact. But I think I'll probably copy that idea from this board over to the next one. Oh, the footsteps. The footsteps. Okay. And this is a thing that we discovered, we being like all the people who played the game. Wait, do the footsteps, are they already a unique thing? 2 footprints. Two footprints. They are, but they're so simple that, like, I'm just not going to copy them. I'll just make a note that I need them. Need footprints, and then a bunch of exclamation marks. The last thing that maybe I could copy are these locked doors, which are not something that I used a lot of in the, where'd it go? In the design, but I might more so in the next, like this locked door. So I'll get that real quick. Cool. Wahoo! I got it. Yay. Sweet. I believe I've gotten all of the things that I need, so I can actually, I wasn't expecting that to take as little time as it did. Maybe I'm missing something else though, but I don't think so. I think I've got it all. Oh, these things. So this is a little symbol to show like, hey, when you enter this room, you get a gold coin, because that's an aspect of Clank, that entering different spaces gets you money. Here. Maybe this one is, no. Okay. So I guess I just designed that into the system, and we'll probably just do that for the next set too. Oh, these trapdoors. Okay. Oh, interesting. Part of the game allows for, part of this board allows for characters, like let's say your character is standing up here in this area, and you want to go down. You can just go down through this trapdoor. Or better yet, this is the best example. There's a trapdoor here, but there's not a ladder underneath it. You can open the trapdoor and jump down, and that's a way of escape, like a way to get out of the spot that you're in. So that's just a thing. I think I'm going to modify that. I'm going to modify that so that then you can have chain ropes, basically, and the chains will sit here, and then when any character enters that room, the chains will fall down to the room below. And that's because oh, here, I can show it on here. That's because in the current state, if a character made it to this 3rd floor before anyone else, everyone else is pretty much like up a creek, which is maybe because there's only one way into that area. So maybe I'll do some thinking and redrawing, but for now, what I'm going to do is take the base, export it, and then re-upload it, and then work off of that as like the standard for what I want each of the levels to look like, to seem like, to be like. Yeah. The base. Okay, so the next thought for today, I've got 2 more things I want to do today. I think I've decided right now. Remake the base with the new scale for the game, for the board, because this isn't a unique game. It's a thing that you can play a game on. And make a goblin head that you can smack. So every time you kill the goblin in Clank, you have to flip over the card. It's a requirement if you're playing with me. I think a alternate is I have sketched out on paper a design for a goblin face that you can just like flick and it'll spring back and forth and it's like you've hit the goblin. So sorry, that's a hitting the goblin is a thing you can do to get gold if you have swords and there's no other monsters available at that moment in time for you to fight. Because, well, I'll let you buy the game and figure out why you can always kill goblins, I think. What do I need to do? I need to go here, and I need to... Oh, I started to create Clank Tower 2.0. It's not that important. Import. Ah! I don't know if that's bad, but I just don't want that up there. Import the base. Single documents. Woo! Also, I wonder... Look at that. I'm gonna be... Oh, I didn't realize I was editing both of them. Does it edit both? Oh, it does. Oh, whoops. My bad. That's fine. Okay. I'm gonna go get more coffee. Okay, I'm right back. I don't remember what the original thing up there was, so I'm just not gonna. Boom. And I'm making the base. So I actually think that the base is good. Like, it's a good level for... It's translated with errors. Base. What errors have you? Contains faulty topology. Huh. Interesting. That's okay. I'm going to delete all of it and just create new. I don't know why I exported and re-imported it, actually. Because I was just going to... What I was really concerned about was the sides. Like, how do I... Oh, no. How do I measure the sides? Yeah, that's fine. Versions... No... This. Here, this. So looking at the bottom, and we... I don't know why, but I thought there was going to be an easier tool to do measuring. Oh, I figured it out. It's right here. It's right there. Right at the bottom right. Just very plain and clear for me to see. I want the bottom two layers of the board to still be larger than the upper layers, just because what I'm basing it off of is a tower from Age of Empires. I wonder if I can find the photo. Okay, so I guess I'm basing it off of the idea of one of the towers, or some of the towers from Age of Empires. So Age of Empires is a video game that I like, and I like this watchtower. I don't remember the ice tower ever. Whatever, not important. I like the watchtower and the bombard tower. And I had in my mind that they had larger bases, a skinny like stairway section, and then a top part. So that's kind of what I'm basing the tower that I'm making off of. How it has like a base, a skinnier, and then a top. I think I'm still going to do that. So I'm probably going to see about making the base have 100 millimeter length hexagonal sides. So I'll work on that. Create a document, and we're going to call it the base for tower 2.0. And then we're going to go into sketching, and we're going to sketch on the top. Yep, like that. And we're going to create a polygon. So something I know is if I make a line, make it the length that I want, and then create some kind of polygon. I don't remember which one it is. I don't think it's that one. Yeah, it's that one. Then it will have length of 100 because of the way that triangles work. You can see there's now a bunch of 100 length sides. Cool. Now, now I have to determine the thickness of the base. And this is an important thing for 3D printing in particular, because if it's too thin of a base, then it will just warp, because as the filament cools, it'll cool unevenly, warp, and cause it to pop off the printer bed. In an effort to avoid that, what I'm going to do... I don't know what I'm going to do. The previous one was 2.54 millimeters thick, which is 1/10 of an inch. And about 13 steps, quote unquote, 13 layers of a typical printing setting. I don't think I need 13 layers. I think I could get away with 6. So I'm going to extrude this base by 1.2. Oh, dang. Yeah, I guess 1.2. It's going to be rather... That might be too thin, but I guess we'll find out later, because we're going to print this off before making and designing the other parts of it. And then we'll probably print this one off and also another piece off before designing the rest of it. Okay. The next step is to determine the size of the walls. Okay, in here, the walls are too thick. Let's see if it tells me the distance. 5 millimeters. Yeah, 5 millimeters is too much for a wall that spans all the way across like that. Maybe... Okay, my roommate recommended when we were playing, he was like, maybe if the walls didn't extend all the way out, like if this wall ended at the half height spot. So I think that's what I'm going to do with the next layers. But I should just make it, I guess, because the best way to get something done is to do it first. Okay. What I'm going to do is sketch, because it's a tool that I know how to use, and I'm going to go out for all of them, and then I'm going to... I think I'm going to go with 3.2 as the wall thickness, which means that if I go from the midpoint here and I go out by 1 point... Oh, I guess you gotta click first. Sorry. 1.6. And then you do the same this way. And you call it 1.6. Boom. And now you can... the important thing to know is to watch... Oh, I pointed out on my physical screen, sorry. To watch and make sure that the thing shows it being parallel or perpendicular to its original line. That way it truly creates the shape that you want it to. Cool. Hit escape so that then I can leave that, and then make sure that the wall is balanced and even. Down, over. Huh, wait. Is that right? .97. Wait, what? Okay, I don't know what's going wrong. 3.2. 1.848. Oh no, that seems right. I was imagining that I was doing a 45-degree angle from here to here, but this is definitely not that. This is a 60-degree angle. Okay. And then, and here is where we get crazy with it. We can, once we find it, we should be able to create a circular circular pattern. And all we really have to do is click on these two and then change the number to being 6. Wait. How do I change the number on this? Okay, 246. And then we make it all the way to 300, I think, is going to be the right. Boom. Yes. Now, when we extrude the pieces, they all will just work. Wow. All right. Isn't that magnificent? I'm going to start by going up by 75 millimeters, and before I actually like set this into stone or however I want to put that, I'm gonna look back at the original base and see how tall it was, and I'm probably gonna add 20 millimeters to it so that then there's enough height that people can kind of see what's going on. And the height is from this line to this line, which is 43.18. Oh, I don't know. 20 is probably too many then. And that, so this distance is based off of the caricature Garrignar's height. So I don't need it 20 higher. I'm gonna move it up to, so 43. I'll go up to 60. So if I go here and I edit this, I can just change it back down to being 60 millimeters. Boom. Now we've got a nice set of rooms. They're not, you can't really do much with it right now because of the way it is. But that's a good start. Now, looking at the base, and I'm hopping back and forth between these two because I'm going to keep the like general layout of the board pretty similar. There were a few tweaks that I wrote down somewhere, but I don't know where they are right now. So I'm going to just keep it about the same for now. Okay. The first room doesn't have anything. Cool. What I will do then is go ahead and make I'm going to call this my first room right here. This is the first room. You can tell because of the way it is, and also because it's facing the front. And I'm going to hide the default geometries because I don't think I need them anymore, because I've got the structure built out enough. And you know what? Something I'm going to do right off the bat for each of these is delete half of the thing, I guess. Like half of the height of the thing. So if I go from there to there, and I will have to go a little past. Sorry, I'm not describing that very well. But I've got this rectangle here, and if I were to cut backwards with it, then I would not be able to cut off the furthest end here. So I'm going to create a rectangle. Oh. A corner rectangle, which it can be taller than it needs to be. And then I'm going to take halfway through this line and cut it out like that. I am making the assumption that I can extrude backwards and remove. Cool, I can. Woohoo! Wahoo! And I think I want all of the walls to look like that, actually, because then there's more visibility across the whole thing, across the whole building. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I wonder if it'd be faster. Oh, it would totally be faster to do it this way. All right. So I'm going to create a sketch on top of here. So instead of doing that for every single one, I'm just going to copy this line, and I'm going to circular pattern. No, I can't yet, but wait for it. Boom. Sketch could not be solved. Just why not? Confirm. I don't understand what they mean by can't be solved. I don't get that quite yet. I am confused by why it doesn't just work. Cool. I'm fine with having extra things if it means that I can be done sooner. Okay, and then I edit that back up to 6, and I go all the way to... Wait. Let me make sure that... What is going on? What's going on is I'm confused about what it was circling around. So I'm going to create the center point again with all of these lines, just to make sure, like, okay, that's where it's gonna circle around. Also, a thing that Onshape does that the previous software that I used doesn't do is it... Okay, yeah, that's the right spot. What? Yeah, that's good. Cool. Onshape does an interesting thing where it like just automatically selects everything that I'm clicking, and I'm used to pressing Control to add more things to my click, so that's weird. That's goofy. If we try to extrude 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're actually going to go down by Boolean resulted in no geometry change. Boom. Surface. I think it's by 30, right? Because we made the thing nice and set. Yeah, like that. Now that's good. And ooh, in order to stack the layers on top of each other, I think what I'm going to do is just keep the walls as they are and take this middle section and extend it up by another, like, couple millimeters, 10 millimeters or something. Excuse me. Oh, doorways. Now the interesting question is doorways. How do I do doorways? I think I'm just going to take this. I'm going to create a sketch on it. It's going to be sketch 5. Woot. And we're going to take from here. No, we're going to start at the base, I think. And we're going to go up by 45. We'll go up by 45, so I need to then change that. Whoa. 15, is that too much? I don't know, maybe. But then we go out by 90 degrees. 45 degrees? 45 degrees. We'll go out by 45 degrees, and we're going to make these 10? 10's probably enough. 10's good. Because the characters can totally slide through a 20 wide space. And then over by 10. Then just all the way up. Nice. And now we extrude that. And we extrude it the other way. And we use it to remove. Oh, wait, no. I want there to be an angle on that for printing purposes, because when doing 3D printing, you gotta have the right angles. Well, really, when making anything, you're limited by what kind of angles you can make, but I'm just thinking in 3D printing terms that I'm pretty well aware of. 45 degrees is like just barely more than, or like just at the level where most printers should be able to print that. So boom. Now that's a doorway. Is that obvious enough? Does that make sense? I think so. Cool. Now I just need to do that again. Going the other way? Yeah, going the other way. You can enter to the right to a crystal cave and then to the right one more time to get to another spot. So let me create a sketch. And really, I should... Okay, that looks goofy, but you just gotta trust the process. It's a thing we say around here. Is it wrong though? Oh, it's totally wrong. Something's wrong here. This angle right here is wrong. I need to make sure that this one is indeed perpendicular to the top space. Boom. Now we can go all the way down with that, and then over by 20. Uh-oh, it's thinking. Then up. Nice. So that's super easy. All of these things just get easier as time goes on because you get more used to doing them. Which I guess is true for anything that happens. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so the front is here. The first room is empty because in most Clank games, the first room is empty. The room to the right of it is a crystal cave because it's, well, it's primarily supposed to be like an exit route, is the thought on the right side of this board. So people shouldn't go to the right away unless they're like really feeling risky or something. Also, this should be the right spot because like just placing in the middle there should be good, because if I split the sections into two, which I did, like the upper and lower bounds, then from here to here should be 30, which means that the halfway point is 15 plus, and the bottom is 30, so that's at 45, which is what we've been doing. Cool. And then this door is not the last door that we need to make, but it is on the right side, the last door that we needed. Cool. Now, something to call out with the first level is this second room here lets you jump all the way to this furthest room over here without having to enter, without letting you enter this minor secret room. And I think what I should do really is add a 2-step spot right here, so that then if someone wants the minor secret, they have to do 3 steps before they're all the way able to start going up the stairs. So I might do that. Oh, but I'm going to have to organize all the things, and I'm kind of close to out of time. I think I might print off some of this, not all of it, but I'll like get the printer to start printing and see probably when it's like a couple millimeters up, like what the board looks like and how the characters feel on it. So I'll pause this for now, and I might try to real quick design the other thing that I was thinking about, which is the goblin. Yeah. Now, what I'm thinking for this one is I can just get the printed filament stuff to act like my spring. So I guess this is also a test, because I don't want to just like run full bore ahead without having tested it some amount. So I think 160 millimeters and 10 millimeters. That's probably enough. What I'm planning to do with this structure right here is create, it's probably easier if I just try to show it, I guess. Cool. I'm trying to create something that could maybe even just be laser cut for the goblin's face, but like I wouldn't laser cut it because I don't have a laser cutter. Sad. What it needs to be really is a bunch of arcs that go back and forth, so that then there's some spring factor. So maybe it'll work just to create it as a spline. I don't like working in splines because I don't feel like I can make them the way I want them to be. So I'm not going to do that. That was pretty easy to solve as a problem. This tangent arc is gonna have, oh no. I'm gonna have problems with this, won't I? Yeah, probably. I might be doing this out of I can't figure out how to do this correctly, but I'm hoping that... What does that mean? What do you mean sketch can't be solved? I don't understand. But then the problem just disappears. So I'm confused as to how and why these things are the way they are sometimes. But I'm thinking that I essentially just need to make a bunch of loops as a way to allow springiness. So if I go up by 10, then over by 5, then down, and then up by 5, and over by 5, and down by 5, then over. And then I can create some tangent arcs. Okay, and then I guess I want to create another, like the down version of this, which I'm just going to do by drawing because it's what I can think of to do right now. Then over by 5, and then up, woo, then down by 5, so that then I get the correct tangent arc. And then I'm gonna, create the same thing. G. If I press G, it creates a corner rectangle, which is helpful. Over by 5, boom, and then tangent arc. And now I should be able to create a linear pattern. Oh, nice. It gets me. It understands. Oh, this is so cool. Okay, it doesn't quite get me. It's close, though. It was close. It was within 5. It was within 5. Which, that's pretty good. Being within 5 is pretty good. So I think I'm going to do this over here. That's good. And then I'm going to keep editing that sketch. And I'm going to mirror. Here's the mirror line. And I'm going to mirror all of these things. Because I want this... I guess I don't really know why. I'm just assuming that that would be helpful for making it spring. But I can't, tell you I couldn't describe in math why I think it's going to work. I just think it's going to work. I don't know what that... Why is that there? Why are you the way you are? I should be more careful about how I'm clicking on all these things. But I'm not, so... Yeah, because now I've got some of these things there. I'm like, I don't know which ones these are yet. That's interesting. Like the disease. Cannot mirror points. That makes sense, I suppose. Oh, sweet. That's probably that's good enough, and then I'll keep editing that sketch. I don't know why I click out of it so frequently. That goes over to there. And then this center point, it's gonna be 10 tall, and then over by 10, and then down by 10. Boom. Oh, that's something. I'll tell you what. I don't want... Whoa. The program's so smart. It knew what I wanted. We're only going to go 10 millimeters for this. Okay. Does this make sense? You've got this thing. It's sitting here, and then you can like... Well, you'll be able to set the goblin face onto or into this spot somehow. Ooh, how should I do that? I know. I should create the slot for it to sit. And I should make it be 5 down. Remove. Okay. Yeah, like that. Okay, things are gonna break on this one. If I know that beforehand, am I okay with making it like it is? It also just might be too rigid. But I'm never gonna know if I don't try. Oh, I guess it's not a tower. I should change that. Sorry, I'm looking at the other screen where my words are. I'm just gonna change it to designing. Boom. Designing. Sweetness. I don't know if these are gonna flex at all. I should probably have read more than just watching one Veritasium video about bendy machines. But, you know, that's that. Okay, that's part one. And then we're gonna create a new part studio within the goblin area. And it's going to have a little face that goes from here to here. So that's 10 millimeters across, 5 millimeters deep. Yep. So the goblin, we're just gonna so the goblin's face is going to be 5 millimeters thick, I think, just for the sake of... Then I don't have to do any more work on that. And that's good. And then we'll just probably create more like these. So this part's gonna slot into the spring portion. And then be able to, you know, move up and down. Boom. And I have sketched out a goblin's face that I'm going to try to just recreate. Uh-oh. I can't find... Oh, I got it. Got it. Got it. I got it! A part of this is just going to be a bit of a neck. Probably only needs to be... I'm going to go 15. Uh-oh. My stomach is gurgling a little bit, perhaps. Maybe I should eat food. Cool. And then I wonder if I can just spline out the face. No. I mean, maybe. But not... No, wait, I want that. Sorry, I'm concentrating very, very much right now. Very much so. I'm gonna give him a very wicked chin. Like that. Is it possible for me to just move the points? Or... Oh, sweet, it kind of is. Oh, that's so helpful. That's super helpful. Okay, so this is going to be his face, his chin, his jawline. And then he's going to have big pointy ears. Oh, maybe not that big of ears. Oh. Maybe if we just go out to like there and then we edit the shape. Oh, like that. Yes. Beautiful. Nice. Really just want the ears to be very accentuated. The sketch that I have in my notebook is based off of what the original game has the goblin look like. Boom. So that's just a true statement, I guess. I don't know. Can I delete just the point? I can! Woo! Which means I can probably delete that point. Oh, that's good. That's helpful. I'm going to do a 3-point circle for the top of his head so that then I can, I guess, just make the head circular looking. Yeah, like that. So now we're going to extrude, but not all of it, actually. Not all of them. Some of them. And I think I can only go 5 to start. And then I'm going to show sketch 1 again because I'm going to extrude the face of the goblin further than the face of the rest of it, only by like a couple millimeters. But oh, maybe I'll extrude the overall face shape out significantly more and then just cut back parts that I'm like, oh, I want this to be back. Yeah. So probably only 5. Oh, whoops. Sweet. Don't need these things anymore. Oh, and I can edit that to not include there's a part of the the circle that I don't want to include. There we go. Beautiful. So you can go back in time by bits and pieces and get rid of things. I'll give him eyes for now, but they're going to be very soulless eyes because really the main point of this is not to the main point of this is testing, so I want to have good test, but I don't want to spend too much time on making something look really the way I want it to look. I don't want to say good, but I think that that works, and then I just move that to there. Oh, you know what? I'm going to try to make a face real quick. Or... Oh, wait, no. Go back, go back. Control Y, Control Y. Give him a little bit of a smile. Kind of like the smile that says, haha, I will take the gold out of your purse and out of your back pockets. Oh no, I've got a poor connection. Is that true for being live? Well, my live stream software says that I haven't dropped any frames, so maybe I've dropped every frame. Shimmy the face in a little bit, and then the last 2 points are there to there, and then you can just, oops. Boom. He's so happy. We're gonna remove those, and we're gonna go down only by 2.5. Oh, whoa, what? Remove 2.5. 10. Boom. That's the goblin. I wonder if I can assemble it. How do I bring these parts into the assembly? How do I add parts? What? No, I don't know. Okay, whatever. It's not super important. I'll just double check that this number is right. That's 5 millimeters, and that this right here is 5 millimeters. Yeah, it is. Cool. That's all. I've made a goblin face. Isn't that great? Okay, thanks. Bye.